Is it too early? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, this is Beatrice Viviers with your early morning beach walk video. It's long flat beaches with dirty water as far as I can see to the north. Slight northerly wind that might bring some relief on the dirty water, but the reeds are still rife. Moved into an area here now that's totally void of noise. An eerie silence. You can just hear a little bit of birds on the right hand side to the right, and a little bit of ocean, but other than that it's silence. Here on very hard bentonite. It feels like a paved road. I've made bentonite videos before. So over the last 7 years I made various bentonite videos. I even acquired the nickname from the scientists as Bentonite Bob. Looking that way towards the ocean, we've got an incline of about 2 meters, not less. So we're going to need a lot of back pressure in the future to open the estuary mouth again. And it's busy closing, it's in a cycle. Yeah. Here we can see that there's a dune formations happening on the vegetation. The north wind is blowing the sand up against it. We know that because we've been following the YouTube channel now for a long time. We are regular watchers, so we know that's exactly how the Mappellan dune has been created. And yeah, I must make a dune creation video. I'm in the process of doing that. It's just like life is mistreating me and I don't get enough. There's just not enough disposable income to fight life at the moment. The donations, although I'm thankful for all of them, has subsided a lot since September last year. And apparently, because I said the estuary mouth can't open naturally, the back pressure that it had to create, infrastructure damage that it was going to happen, and then all of the above happened and the estuary mouth apparently opened naturally. I was here that morning, it didn't look much natural to me, but anyway. Burped, yes, I was here when it burped. It was impressive, but that was before that incline was there. The water that was here on the flat area just burped out into the ocean, and then some things changed. We won't talk much about that. Now all these tree stumps here is the start, the formation of high ground. I call it dunes because in a couple of years it will be a dune. That's how a dune starts. You can see the wind is blowing up against the tree stump, and it will continue happening. What happens is the ocean takes the sea sand, and by the swash of through the swash and wash effect, it moves it to the north, and then the north wind blows it back south again, and that's the cycle of the marine sand along the coast. That's when, because springtime has subsided now, that there's no more push of clean ocean water into the system. I'm going to show it to you now. The clean water is just to the south of the estuary mouth. Slight burp of Byte coming over the hilltop there, the berm, the dune, and then we've got a lot of stagnant water here. We can see on the discoloration it's mud, mainly mud, and Although this is tidal interactive, I can bring you mangrove seeds. It will grow for about 3-4 months and then you'll see it will die because the estuary mouth will close and this will become fresh water again. I believe that people wants to start a mangrove nursery. That's going to suck up money from the economy, whoever donates the money, and it's going to be expensive, and it could have been money better spent in sediment management. There is absolutely no research at the moment, no recording at the moment of the marine water interaction and the sediment coming in and out of the system, and yet we want to spend very valuable resources on a mangrove nursery. And mangroves grow easy. If the conditions is right, you take a handful of seeds, you spread it in the water, and voila, you'll have mangrove saplings within about 3 to 5 days. If the conditions is right. If the conditions is not right, even adult mangrove trees die. This little bit of waves that comes in from the ocean tidal push, all it does is it settles the mud that is already in the system, and it brings in ocean-borne sediment if it pushes hard enough. On yesterday's video, the 16th of February, it's titled a net outflow, and it's because there's a net outflow of water out of the system. And by the time it reaches equilibrium, that we do have marine water coming in, the sea sand that comes in with the marine water is way more than the benefit that the marine water brings to the system. And we've experienced that in 2023 and 2024 at Sunset Jetty with the fish that we caught there. And yeah, there was a couple of nice fish being caught, but there's millions of tons of sea sand that washed into the system. Standing here at the estuary mouth, it looks very shallow, although the tide is still pushing. And although this ocean water entering now with the tidal push, we can see it's just the muddy water in front that drained out on low tide that's been pushed back into the system. Probably diluted with some marine water, but not much, not enough for any. There isn't anyway too much mud in that water for a marine fish skills to survive it. Although we are led to believe that the fresh water and the mud floats on top of the seawater, we can clearly see that this is not the case at the moment. There's the Mfolozi Beach channel. That's the one that's bringing in all the mud on the high energy flood, depositing it into a low energy system that cannot get rid of that. The system can only produce enough energy to match the river by times of an ocean surge of 8 meters. Up until 6 meters, no, there's more sea sand coming in that there's going to go out again. 8 meter surge into the system, when it turns around, drains out on low tide, it takes a lot of mud with it. And that has been proven since 1984. We had two ocean surges. Of 1984 we had one of 9.4 meters or 9.1 meters. In 2007 we had one of 8.1 or 8.4 meters. I can't remember the two heights anymore, but that is about right. Guys, for now I'll still make all the thank you videos. The little car is fixed. Jeez, compounding problems. Gearbox didn't need to go. That was backyard mechanics fault. But then there was the normal wear and tear maintenance issues that had to be addressed. So CV boots has been done. I did get lower control arm bushes to put in, but apparently this model you buy the lower control arm complete with the bushes in it. I'm not sure, but that's how it looks like. And wheel bearings. Eventually the whole big problem was on this last round was wheel bearings. So if you're in St. Lucia, guys, and you need mechanic, I'll put the numbers here. Lafras, Donnie and Marius, and for auto electrician Tyron. Then you sort it. You won't believe what service you can get in St. Lucia. These guys that I mentioned here are all qualified, certified mechanics. They just stay in St. Lucia and they work in St. Lucia. I don't mind picking up ticks when I go and play in the parks in St. Lucia, but this one comes from warthogs. And it's itchy and it was sore. And now I must be treated for Lyme disease the second time. Well, tick bite fever the second time this year. Guys and gals, if you like this video, please hit the super thanks button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button or join our community.